Ladies and gentlemen, it is 5:57, and I'm Dante Payne with your Chicagoland Sports Radio update brought to you by the Illinois Media School. For more information on a career in broadcasting, go on to beonair.com. This update is brought to you by the Windy City Bulls, who the next home game broadcast will be March 13th against the Maine Red Claws at 7 p.m. For tickets, visit windycity.gleague.nba.com/tickets. And I'm Dante Payne, and you're listening to Chicagoland Sports Radio. It's not just sports, it's a way of life. Stay tuned for Dragon Sports Live with yours truly, Mr. Dante Payne.
Fly ball well hit left. Soto going back, still going to the wall. And he's out of here.
Welcome to another edition of Dragon Sports Live, and I'm Dante Payne on this blissful March 6th. That's right, March 6th. Exactly 7 days until the NFL fiscal year starts at 4 Eastern Pacific. So with all these deals that happened, that was announced, they can't be official until then. But I'll get more into that later on in the show. But stay tuned for that. We also got Mr. Moneybags, who's now the highest paid player in Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, and NFL. Stay tuned to find out who that is. And then we got players on the move today, players fussing around and don't know what's going down, what's going on, what's it about. But before we get to all that, like I said last week, I'm here to support our local artists, unsigned artists all around, not just city of Chicago, all around. So if you got songs that sound hot and that's dope, best believe I'm on the prowl to hunt for your music. Like I said last week, I know I had technical difficulties last week, but we back with a brand new week. And those songs that that was supposed to be featured last week will be featured today because, like I said, it's out of respect. So with that being said, I got a song for you guys, fresh off the presses. Like, it's not new to me, but it's definitely new to you. And I know this cat from back in my day, like, used to go to church with this cat, used to date his sister, and it's like, this cat can blow. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to it, get a taste of what's going on, what's cracking, and let y'all look for yourself. Y'all have a listen. I think the song's high is pretty dope. So with that being said, I'm gonna drop the song for you. It is Obywan Music, B Armstrong, here on Dragon Sports Live. Check it out.
Transparent as the smoke that's filling up my room. Elusive, never can I touch you. Cover your brain, you in my passion. Fantastic hallucination. Can you taste my thoughts? While I indulge in your liquid courage, babe. Feels like we're making love. Strawberry kisses from your sugar cane lips. Heaven must be right beneath this. Eyes to the ceiling as we time till the smoke is roll. Let me light you up, throw beats of your pure euphoria to take me there. Do you hear it? Can you take me there? I got a feeling that you gon' let me get it. I ain't talking about the sunshine. I got a feeling that you gon' let me get it. I ain't talking about the sunshine. I got a feeling that you gon' let me get it. I ain't talking about the sunshine. I got a feeling that you gon' let me get it. I ain't talking about the sunshine. Could you be my guy? Would you be my rollie when it's grind time? Wouldn't work. My employees, TV on my Apple phone. Feel it in your chest, girl. I'll be trying to slow down words, but my thoughts are empty. Baby, you tell me no stands, no seats. Yes, I'm staying still. I love the way this feels. Ribbons in the sky, blowing in the wind. Let's go a little further. It's something about the way we cry. It's something about the way you roll. It makes me wanna pull my laugh and blow it in the air. And baby, I might just let you hit, and I ain't talking about the sunshine. I might just let you hit, and I ain't talking about the sunshine. I might just let you hit, and I ain't talking about the sunshine. I you here tonight talking about the swishers. Oh.
And welcome back to Dragon Sports Live. Now, as I mentioned before, we had people that was getting paid. And let's find out who that young dog is. Y'all know him. His name is Bryce Harper. And he just got paid. He just got paid the big bucks. $330 million for a 13-year contract. I mean, that move made him the highest paid player in Major League, NBA, NHL, and NFL history. So you the highest paid, like, how does it feel to be on top of the world? How does it feel? You getting big shots. And on top of that, he just hit his home run just the other day in his first simulated game. That's, of course, what feels. But he's also trying to recruit Mike Trout. Like, and he was basically saying, if I'm not recruiting you, like, if I ain't say it, I ain't mean it. So he mean what he say, and he do what he says. But he's the top dog on campus now, which the Sox stepped up and gave him that money. Phillies had the better cap space for it. So highest paid player in the NFL. Not NFL, Major League Baseball. So welcome on that. On top of that, we had Clayton Kershaw status of the Los Angeles Dodgers for open day. He may not be ready for open day. So this, that's a little setback. He had shoulder inflammation, and shoulder inflammation is not cool to have because I didn't have it before. When your shoulder get nice and sore, and then it's like super swollen right there, he may not have enough time to stretch it out and get ready for that first preseason game. He's set to open for open day, but he may not be ready. Was that? And opening day is on the 28th, of course. So it's less than a few weeks away. Rangers signed closer Jose Leclerc to a 4-year deal, $14.75 million contract extension, and that includes 2 club options, the team which they just announced Wednesday. So this deal runs him through 2022 season, and then have options for 23 and 24 seasons as well. Woo! Feel the excitement going through. Now Leclerc is only 25, and he's the Texas' most effective reliever last season, going 2-3 with a 1.56 ERA and 12 saves in 59 appearances. So he's on the move. He got the contract extension. Now, Boston Red Sox knuckleballer Stephen Wright, he is suspended after testing positive for performance-enhancing substance. Now, here's my issue. Why do y'all feel the need for y'all athletes to want to go juice up? You don't need to juice up. You don't need to add performance enhancing substance to your diet at all. You just work out. Put in that work. Don't be lazy. Put in that work. Do what you got to do. Chill. Relax. Hit the gym. Throw some baseballs. Put in that work. Throw something. Do something. Other than put performance enhancing substance in your body. You don't need to. Because you had a growth hormone peptide too. And it's like, just do the right thing. You don't need to do all that at all. You don't need to do that. You don't need to put no PEDs in your system. No. Like, you just need to chillax, chill, relax, and focus on the game. That's what you need to do. And that's the best way to do it. So, we're still in spring training. Like I said, season starts on the 28th. Ooh. So, and yesterday's scores, today's scores, we had the Padres versus the Boston Red Sox, and the Pirates won 6-1. Phillies versus the Blue Jays, and that score was 9-7. And then Diamondbacks versus the Brewers, and the Brewers won at 4-5. 5-4. I'm sorry. Cubs won against the Warriors today, 4-1. And then Giants versus the Rangers. Rangers demolished the Giants today, 12-5. And the Angels versus the Rockies, with the Angels coming out 6-5 in that one. So that was yesterday's. We got games going on tomorrow. That was today's. I'm sorry. Games tomorrow. We got the Nets versus the Nationals, Orioles and Padres, Pirates, Phillies and Tigers, and then the Yankees and Phillies, as well as Twins and Red Sox, and then the Cubs versus the Rockies. White Sox versus the Brewers. Good games tomorrow. Still a little bit cold for spring training, but they're not in their cities unless their cities is warm. Like, it's still pretty much wintertime for at least for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll have our spring weather. Like, spring weather should start coming in as followed in the next couple weeks, which I'm looking forward to it because I'm tired of this cold weather. I want to ride my bike. I don't ride my bike in the wintertime. I want to get out and ride my bike. So I'm looking forward to the warm weather, the warm increase of weather. That's what I'm looking for. And I can't wait till it gets here. Speaking of warm weather, it's so hard to breathe when you have asthma sometimes in the wintertime. Like, I was diagnosed with asthma, bronchial asthma, in the wintertime. So, and I always had it, but it always flared more for me in the wintertime. So it's like, I want to be able to breathe when I come out. Like, I can breathe now because I got treatment and I take medicine and stuff like that. But I just want to be able to breathe. I don't want to chill out. I want to breathe. I want to be able to put forth the effort and just breathe. That's what I wants to do. Speaking of breathing, I'm going to take a little breath of fresh air and gonna give it to you, Robin. Thank you. I love you. Here on Dragon Sports Live. Oh, nope. Not Robin. I'm sorry. When you click so fast and you click the wrong thing and then you try to make up for it. No. I'm going to give you TC Boyd beat Beat it up like the beat is what I meant to say, and that's what's coming here on Dragon Sports Live. So check it out. TC Boy, the artist, beat up the beat here on Dragon Sports Live.
Yo, shout out to DJ Phenomenal, B Ricks. This your boy TC. Hey, we LNB. Yeah. I'ma break it down. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy. Yeah. The way I spit is a known fact. Get you high like you won't crack. I'm CC, we LNB. Any style, cause style free. I majored in that university. Go to class if you ain't heard of me. I pity them fools like Mr. T. Professor X, you can't read me. She grew up in that desert sea. That's why she's so thirsty. Someone please call the police. It's an emergency. Just move like I stole your seat. Room, sweep you off your feet. Room, now you can't catch me. Why? Cause we LNB. Get it? I'ma beat up the beat. Everybody now get out your seat. I'ma beat up the beat. Yeah, get out your seat. I'ma beat up the beat. Everybody now get out your seat. I'ma beat up the beat. Yeah, get out your seat. While I beat up the beat. 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 Like Vietnam, I'm a veteran. No wedding, but I'm the best man. So cash you lames like a test man. We the bomb, no Afghan. Boom. There he goes again. 911 on the track again. Riz, you dressed in black again. Nah, that's just my African, but I'm still American. Don't just judge me by my skin. Why you people staring, man? Like Riz, don't perm your hair again. My DNA runs thick, and I like how my jeans fit. So lolly-dotty like slick Rick. Tyson couldn't beat the beat like this, so let me get it. I'ma beat up the beat. Everybody now get out your seat. I'ma beat up the beat. Yeah, get out your seat. I'ma beat up the beat. Everybody now get out your seat. I'ma beat up the beat. Yeah, get out your seat. While I beat up the beat. 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 Yeah. My homie JG said slow it down. The circus not in town, but you know I likes the clown. The greatest show on earth, LNB is in your town. Like your computer messed up, boy we bout to shut it down. Yo, flow vicious like animals, hella Clarice Hannibal. You get eaten up like antelope, and that'll make your breath smell past the scope. Rich get rich by the post they poke. Just grab your partner and go see dough. Like you trapped in a trap with nowhere to go. Like Superman, I'ma be a superhero, let me get it. I'ma beat up the beat, everybody now get out your seat. I'ma beat up the beat, yeah, get out your seat. I'ma beat up the beat, everybody now get out your seat. I'ma beat up the beat, yeah, get out your seat. While I beat up the beat, 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 beat up the beat.
Lights, camera, action. Hey there, I'm Dante Payne. I am the founder and CEO of Dragon Jump Productions. Dragon Jump Productions specializes in media production based in Chicago. We offer services in graphic design, photography, as well as videography. We also work with models as well. So if you got an idea for a photo shoot or you need to be branded, let us help you make your brand. Dragon Jump Productions will claw their way into stardom by making you look great. So if you want to book that next photo shoot with Dragon Jump Productions, reach out to dragonjumppro@gmail.com or call 773-892-4514. Again, that's dragonjumppro@gmail.com or call 773-892-4514. Let us take you and make you great. Book now at Dragon Jump Productions. Running, training should feel like Cloud9. When you squat, you fly. When you run, you're Flash. When you play basketball, you're Jordan. When you clean with purpose. When you walk, you strut.
So don't just sit there or lay around. Just do it with the Nike Air Versatile. Basketball, running, and training, even walking, never felt so good. So grab you a pair at any local Nike store or online at www.nike.com. So grab your Nike Air Versatile and live your life the Nike way. Just do it. You won't regret it. These shoes are running out fast, so head over to your nearest Nike outlet and pick up your pair today. So pick up your pair of Nike Air Versatiles today. You won't be disappointed. Chicagoland Sports Radio is your home for all the latest Chicago sports news. CSR is not only the home to the most entertaining and informative shows in Chicago, but covers all the top college and high school games as well. Big guests and bigger personalities. This is your home for the greatest debates in sports, broadcasting live from State Street in the South Loop. For all of the news, analysts, and interviews to keep you informed, log on to ChicagolandSportsRadio.com to listen live. Chicagoland Sports Radio. It's not just sports, it's a way of life.
You tune in to the hottest show for music and sports talk. This is
Welcome back to another edition of Dragon Sports Live. I'm Dante Payne. If you just tuning in, now we did just talk about baseball where we had Bryce Harper, who became the highest paid in any of the major sports right now, on top of players getting stitchings and, you know, the regular season. But let's switch gears for a little bit, because it's that time of year where you're going to be glued to your TVs. You getting your brackets ready. Yep, that's right. March Madness. That's coming up. Good time. So we do have the sluggish Blue Devils barely get a chance to hold off Wake Forest, winning by just a point, but it was a good game. So they was missing. The Devils didn't have RJ Brett as well as Trey Jones or Zion. And it was basically Cameron Reddish, who was not even existing for a minute because he was missing shots left and right. Then he woke up. Barrett with 28 points as they beat the Demon Dalcoms 71-70. So, and that was after Chundy Brown's jumper at the rim to buzz out. Right now, they're set fourth in the power rankings. And like I said, a lot of people was like saying, should you shut down Zion? Zion gonna be ready for when come turn. They gonna keep him close as possible, especially when the tournament getting ready to start. So they're gonna keep him out as long as possible, at least close to the tournament. But he definitely will be ready for the tournament. Like, if you watch the games, you can see that in his eyes he want to play. A lot of people say just shut him down, let him go in the draft. He wants to play. He wants to be that team player. He don't want to be just like back on the backhand, or like he don't want to be like, hey, I'm just here. I got what I needed. I'm going to the draft. No, he don't want to be that player. So he wants to play. He should be ready come tournament time. ACC tournament starts up. He should be ready. And I'm down for that right now. So right now we got Duke ranked number 4 in far as the top 25. Carolina is number 3, and then Virginia is number 2, and Gonzaga. Now, here's the thing about Gonzaga right now. Gonzaga is 17-0 at home, 9-1 away. So it's going down. They're 29-2 overall. And right behind them is Virginia. Virginia, they've been balling. I just said, like, these teams right here been balling. You got Gonzaga, Virginia, North Carolina, and Duke, and Tennessee and Kentucky. They all been balling. If you watch their last couple games, been like upsets, beatdowns, or, you know, they put in that work. So speaking of upset, we had UNC beat Boston College 79-61, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Boston College did not even have the lead in that game, or if they did, they only had it for a second. So it's like, yeah, let them ball out. Duke, like I said, Duke beat Wake Forest barely about 1 point. The only team that really demolished was Tennessee. Tennessee beat Mississippi State 71-54 yesterday, and Kentucky had a pretty close game to Mississippi where it was 80-76. So the only team that was demolishing, like, didn't really have to ball out hard was Tennessee. But as far as other teams, they had to play their heart out. They had to battle. So it's about to go down for March Madness. A lot of people picking Duke. I'm on top of people picking Duke. You got 2 Duke players in the College Player of the Year. You got RJ Barrett as well as Zion Williams in the semifinals, like in that semifinalist position for the top player of the year, the top college player of the year. So that's what's up. That's a big up. That's big moves for them on that. Yeah. And also in other like college basketball. So we got 3 sentence in the D's recruiting scandal, and that was a scandal where they basically was playing players to play high-profile players to steer high-profile recruits to Adidas-sponsored college basketball programs to multiple months in prison. So you got Executive James Gatto, who will be sentenced to 9 months in federal prison. Adidas consultant Merrill Cole, 6 months. And Christian Dawkins to 6 months. Even though they got license, they still pretty much just ruined their jobs. They're done for. It's like, if you want to recruit somebody, recruit it on your own time. Don't try to play just so they can play to that school and you can build up rep. That's not the way to go. It's not the way to go at all. Like, personally, I don't agree to it. It's like, I'm more like, let the players showcase their talent and let them do what they can do. But that was that. That's that little news for that. But I got current games going on right now. I got Seton Hall versus Marquette. At halftime, it's Marquette with 37-31. And let's see. Pretty much as far as the top 25 teams that's playing today. Also got Northeast Conference Tournament. Bryant versus San Francis, Pennsylvania. San Francis is 26-15 right now with 4:55 left in that first half. And Davidson versus St. Bonaventure, and that's 17-12, 9:17 left in that half. So that's what's going down today. It's a lot more games going down. Like we got later on, we got Notre Dame versus Clemson, as well as Boise State versus New Mexico, Arkansas versus Vanderbilt. Funny thing is, I almost went to Vanderbilt. Like it was one of the schools I was going to go to for track and cross country. So, yes, I may not look like it to you guys who is watching on my live, but I was quite the runner. I was quite the distance runner. I used to run track and cross country all through high school, and I did 2 years in college before I was injured, and then I was basically ineligible because I let my grades slip a little bit. But that's why, to all you young athletes that's in school right now, focus on your grades. At the same time, put in that work. So this is how it should go down. Hard work in the classroom, right? Hard work on the field, as well as in practice, as well as hit the weight room. Don't neglect the weight room. The weight room will help you out. So that's my little advice to all the college students that's currently in college right now, even the high school as well. High school, grammar school, any sport where you have to have an education, focus on the books and focus on the hard work, putting that hard work in practice on the field, because it will pay off. You will be rewarded dearly. If you have that mindset as well as school, you'll be in the best set possible. You'll be able to do it all. So with that being said, coming up, we got the NBA breakdown. Since we talking basketball, we're gonna give you the NBA breakdown. What's going on? We got players like inside office, front office having struggles. You got teams not on the same page, like the chemistry is not there. And I'll talk about those teams coming up in just a bit. But before I do that, though, you know I gotta represent my local Chicago artists. So I got local artists, local unsigned artists, not just Chicago. I'm branching all around. I go all around with mine. So I have SemMuel and not SemMuel, I'm sorry. I got Onomuko, a song called Wild Heart here on Dragon Sports Live. Check it out.
Despite how you feel, I've been keeping you tight. In the morning after, in the morning light. You've been acting nasty and I've been feeling fine. Everyone around can see that you're running wild. No, why you need to prove it, not by breaking my back, when each and every moment seems to fade in the night. How do I believe in you when you're moving fast and talking slow, and the weak of my ambition, when it takes the time to realize with everyone around you? Oh no, where do we go from here? Where do we go now? When everyone around just seems to fade. And why? When you face in your fears in the night, well, it's dragging me down to the edge of the night. I've tried, that's why I don't want to lose your wild heart. So show me your wild heart. Wild heart. When you face in your fears in the night, well, it's dragging me down to the edge of the night. I've tried, that's why I don't want to lose your wild heart.
to the hottest show for music and sports talk. This is Dragon Sports Live.
We treat her like a mother, add it up. I get it taken like add it up, treat her like a mom, add it up. I get it taken like add it up, I get it taken like add it up, I get it taken like add it up, I get it taken like add it up. I get it taken like add it up. All of my women is bad, and all of them gonna be mad at us. Add it up. I get it taken like add it up. I don't be getting it fast enough, and I was doing shit like bag it up. Add it up. I get it taken like add it up. All of my women is bad, and all of them gonna be mad at us. Add it up. I get it taken like add it up. I don't be getting it fast enough, and I was doing shit like bag it up. Add it up. I don't know nobody as bad as us. Taking my shirt and I'm tatted up, and I ain't here like batter up. Mad as fuck. All of you getting look sad as shit. I need to ring me a pass a fifth, and you can blame me that up. Yeah. I got a feeling that half you looking as real as it seems. Yeah. I tell her that I love her and petty. I sell her a drink. I got a hangover, hand me the jack. I'm on that Zachary Galifianakis. I'm trying to ball with no salary cap. When I walk in the spot, everybody reacts. They want for the money and two for the show. Three for them niggas that hate on the low. Four for them hoes that wait at the show. The love when I come, but they hate when I go. When we double the cup and we pile in the truck and we walk in the club and we stand on the couch all the bad bitches. We talking, they show us the love. If they ain't trying to cut, then we kicking them out in the day. Jugging it all at the chain. I thought it all was a phase. I call it for play. I have a packet that green. I go back for I wanna play. Line up the flex. I'm trying to line up the checks. I made a lot of connects. I must confess, I don't know where I would be if I didn't know why to finesse. Add it up. I need to check it, I add it up. All of my women is bad as people. All of them gonna be mad at us. Add it up. I need to check it, I add it up. I don't be getting it fast enough. Now with this shit, like bag it up. Add it up. I get it taken, I add it up. All of my women is bad as people. All of them gonna be mad at us. Add it up. I get it taken, I add it up. I don't be getting it fast enough. And now with this shit, like bag it up. Tell me what they hand out. I tell them no. And to all my haters, see yourself. I gave them rope. Nigga, my girl got a girlfriend. I date them both. I just had to let them know. They say, sure, you do the most. I say, I need a trope. I only run with the best. My homies never confess. My niggas never know switching and keep it this century 100%. All of my quarter men never been bitching. I don't plan on taking no stakes on the rest. Give it the rest. They try to give me a tech. I'ma go run here test. Shopping like I might be play. I'ma go Saddam Hussein. I'ma go out with a bang. Y'all go hard for them followers. Honestly, all of you look the same. I tell the truth. Y'all too cool. Say you got M's. I need the proof. Say you got biz. I don't see shoes. Your ass is bad. I don't see boozy. Like in my bag, I'm in that 2-3. That be that zone that we were just hooping. Making me laugh cause you was goofy. Haters is mad rude to the loop. That I'm back in my bag. I'm in that 2-3. That be that zone that we were just hooping. Making me laugh cause you was goofy. Haters is mad rude. Niggas salute me. Add it up. I even checking, I add it up. All of my women is bad. And all of them be mad at us. Add it up. I even checking, I add it up. I don't be getting it fast enough. And now with this bitch, I bag it up. Add it up. I give it checking, I add it up. All of my women is bad. And all of them be mad at us. Add it up. I give it checking, I add it up. I don't be getting it fast enough. And now with this bitch, I bag it up. Add it up.
And that was Sunny Trail with Add It Up here on Dragon Sports Live. Now, since we said we transitioned over to basketball from college to, let's go to the NBA. And let's start with the Boston Celtics. So Haywood mentioned like a lone play right helped the Celtics out of funk, but it was just like everybody kept saying we don't have the intensity. We don't have, like, even Stevens, even Smart said we don't have the intensity. We don't have the energy of like what's going on inside the Celtics, inside the locker room. It's not even necessarily the organization as a whole. It's just the team. The team wasn't clicking. And after a long plane ride, I felt like the team was clicking because they definitely was clicking yesterday in the win against the Golden State Warriors. They demolished the Golden State Warriors and gave Steve Kerr his largest home deficit lead of his era. They lost by 33 to the Celtics yesterday. So not Kyrie's your high man for the Celtics. It was more. You had Gordon Hayward off the bench give you 30 points off the bench. Now Kyrie did pour in 19 and 11, and Tatum had 17. Morris had 10. But bulk of your scoring came off the bench with Jaylen Brown and Gordon Hayward. Jaylen Brown with 18, and as I said before, Gordon Hayward with 30. Now, here's the thing. When in the interview with Kyrie, he was like, whoever's the open man, that's who gonna get the ball. Like, we was clicking tonight, and that's how we should be. Like, he was smiling, he was laughing during the game, while Golden State was looking mad on the other end of the game. They was without Klay Thompson that day for the second game. And as I stated before, and I say numerous of times, Golden State is a second half team. And I think the Celtics had got that note and was going crazy. Like, they was doing their thing on the thing. So Golden State was playing better in the second half, but when you got Curry 8 of 16 from the field and 4 of 10 from 3-point range, and Durant 0 for 5 from 3-point range, you're gonna lose. And Cousins was 0 for 5. Green was 1 of 2, 2 of 3, and he only had 5 points in the game. But it's like, it shows you when you're missing people, and you didn't really have any point production with your bench. Like, at the beginning of halftime, Gordon Hayward already had more points. Like, when they sub him out, he scored more points than the bench alone. They had 28 off the bench, and he had 30. So definitely scored more points off the bench than Hayward. Than the Golden State bench. So of course you're going to lose that game by deficit, giving Curry his first largest home deficit, because they did have a large deficit like Christmas Day where they lost by 28. Couple days after that, they lost to the Thunder. It was by 20 and then 14. So that's been the largest deficit. They're going to go in reprieve, like they're going to switch it up today. If they play today. And they play again Friday against the Nuggets, which should be another good game, because going off the standings, the Nuggets are in second place right now, right under the Warriors. So that's a good, that should be a good matchup. And then on top of that, we got the Rockets in third, Thunder in fourth, as well as Trailblazers in 5, Jazz in 6, and Clippers in 7, Spurs in 8th. And then you go to the Kings in 9th, T-Wolves in 10th. Now, T-Wolves and Lakers do have opportunities to get back in this game, but not the Lakers if they're on the 3-game losing streak currently right now, and they're 30 and 34. So they basically have to win every game from here on out to win. And the thing about the Lakers is, I don't know, they're also another team that's struggling to find chemistry. They're losing to teams that should be easy wins to them, especially when you have LeBron back on the floor and you have core help. I understand you had a couple injuries, but these are teams that you should be winning. Like, you lost to the Suns 118 to 109, and the Clippers before that, which you had Patrick Beverly ready for you guys. He was like, it's better us than you guys on the outside looking in, and they beat the Lakers 113 to 105. Now, the Lakers do play the Nuggets today, and that game's on at 9:30. So if you're tuning in, watch that game. And then the Lakers have the Celtics Saturday at 7:30. And the Chicago Bulls play the Lakers on the 12th. So do you think the Bulls can snag a win on that? Maybe. They also lost to the Pelicans. They beat the Pelicans on the 27th. Then after that, it was like Bucks 131 or 120 loss. Suns 118 or 109 loss. Clippers 113 or 105. So it's like, what's going on in that organization right now? Do y'all think Luke Walton would still be here at the end of the season? The way this team is going, he may not be. I don't know. I felt like I said this before to a couple people that I was talking to. I feel like Luke Walton needs one more year before stepping into the head coaching role. Like, granted, you came in for Kerr when he was out with back surgery. I still feel like you need just one more year. Or the Lakers are missing a top flight superstar like AD. They was considering trying to get AD. So that's that. But they was essentially going to trade away all the young talent for a veteran player. That's fine and dandy, but you don't need to do that one. Like, why would you trade your young players away for another player that, like, he's still young, but that's one player. It takes 5 to make a team, especially in the game of basketball. So I wouldn't trade all my younger assets that you can build. But LeBron did call Luke Walton consistent amid the LA struggles. He's been a consistent coach, true enough. And he's defending Luke Walton like he's been consistent. So I guess you're basically saying that he's better than some of the coaches you have, including Ty Lue and Eric Spoelstra. That's basically what you're saying. But, it is what it is. Hopefully you guys can bounce back and get that dub today. Hopefully. If not, you guys will not be looking at the playoffs. We will not be seeing LeBron in the playoffs, which LeBron's on the – speaking of LeBron, he's on the verge of passing Michael Jordan's all-time scoring record, which that goes to that great debate that everybody goes that who's better between Jordan and LeBron. They're both are great players. Don't get me wrong. But Jordan does have 6 rings, and LeBron has 3. So it's like they're both great. Don't get me wrong on that. LeBron's great in his time. Jordan's great in his time. Stop trying to compare the two and say he's the greatest player. He's better than Jordan. Yeah, he's great in his time. LeBron's great in his time. He's doing his thing. And LeBron would say he wasn't even trying to be a scorer. When he first came in the league, he wasn't trying to be the scorer. He's just trying to be the facilitator, the disher, the person who regulates things. But, get off that subject of LeBron's better than Jordan. Like I said, LeBron's a great player. Jordan's a great player. They both was great in their own times. LeBron's currently still active, and like you said, he does have the opportunity to pass Jordan. He basically says, not what I'm after, though, is I'm after getting rings. I'm after winning. That's what I'm after. So he's like, he don't really care about passing the block, passing that totem hold for Jordan. So we do have the T-Wolves and the Pistons playing each other right now. That score is 47-39. Speaking of T-Wolves, we had the T-Wolves, we had Karl Anthony Towns light it up. When I say he lit it up, he lit it up. He scored 41 points in that win the other day. So it's like, it's a must win for all these teams. Less than 6 weeks to go until playoffs start. Let's see what's happening, what's going on. It has going down. Bulls did lose to the Pacers. They are playing the Sixers tonight at 7 p.m. So that game is actually getting ready to start. I will be watching to see what good old Jimmy Butler coming back to Chicago as a Sixer, what he gonna do, who he gonna lock down. So I will be watching that game tonight. But with that being said, we gonna switch gears here. And let's talk some football. So with the fiscal year for the NFL starting is 7 days away. We got teams that made announcements and trades that's posed, but they cannot make those trades until the 13th for Eastern Pacific, which is 3 o'clock our time. That's when they can make those trades and all those deals can be official. We had a lot of tags being dished out. We got some people deciding to walk because of those tags, not like because they don't want to be franchise. They won't long-term deals. They like some of these players do not like the idea of being franchise tag. Let's see, Le'Veon Bell didn't like the idea of like, don't franchise tag me again. Like, strike a deal with me. Like, I'm willing to play for you guys, but you guys got to strike that deal with me. So it's like franchise tagging allows players to get paid the highest to an extent for that position. But it does help the players. Like, what if the player wanted to be there long term? Then that's when it gets tricky. That's when it gets real tricky. So with that being said, some players leave in free agency. Some players, they let them walk. They let them just get away. And it's like, I'm down to see what's going on. But here's a current update of things that happened so far in this offseason. So Antonio Brown could be traded soon. That can happen as early as Friday. According to Ian Rappaport, the Sweet States is hooking up, and it could wrap up soon via this Friday. You could hear him land in a different spot. And Antonio Brown already stated that he would like to play for any team that would take him in, whichever team make that offer. That's was. Also, teams is was asking, like, requesting of Josh Rosen to see if the Cardinals gonna trade him and see if they'll take another quarterback in the draft. Which we got some good quarterbacks. We got Deshaun Hawkins, and we also got Kyler Murray coming out in the draft. So they was trying to see if that, but the GM basically was like, our quarterback right now is Josh Rosen. It may be some competition. If they keep Josh Rosen, it may be some competition for him if they draft a quarterback. But I would like to focus on the team needs. And on top of that, the Chicago Bears are potentially looking for another running back as well as a kicker and a couple other defensive needs. But those are only positions that they really need to focus on. So they're going to focus on either free agency or via draft. I personally, and it's just because Jordan Howard doesn't fit with Nagy's offense. So they probably going to end up trading him to get a piece that will fit in Nagy's offense. It's just because, and I feel like Howard, he's a power back. So it's like whoever he go, y'all going to have good success with him, especially when you get 3.7 yards per carry out of him, yards per carry. When he's averaging that, hey, what could I say? Rams part ways with offensive tackle Mark Barron, as well as there was a couple other partners that happened too. Giants let their best player go, Lyndon Collins. They let him decide to walk. They was gonna tag him, but then they was like, "Nah, we're not gonna tag him." So they let him decide to walk. On top of that, Broncos also released. Darian Stewart. It was announced at 5:34 that he will be released by the Broncos. And that with their release, he slated to open up cap space, open up 6.3 million, was slated for 6.3 million I should say 6.4 million, around to the nearest 10. But that will cut, so that frees up more cap space. He was with the team for the past 4 years. But that gives the Broncos 17 to 18 million worth of cap space then. So it frees up space with that. The Cleveland Browns part ways with Jamie Collins Sr., and they announced that today as well. Collins will only cost the Browns $2.5 million in the salary cap space, but that saves the Browns $9.25 million in cap costs in 2019 and $13.75 in 2020. So you release him, but then you also thank the man for his time. What Jamie Collins, he was like, no hard feelings, just like thanks for everything, keeping it 100 with the Browns via Twitter. Oh, and so it's just like, players on the move. And as I said, Nick, before in show that I had 2 weeks ago, where Nick Foles bought out his contract, paid the remaining $2 million on his contract, and is free agent, and is expected to sign a multi-year contract. Details of that contract have not been given out because, like I said, the league doesn't start until the 13th for Eastern time. So there we go. Running back, Minnesota Vikings running back Rock Thomas was charged with a felony drug possession found, and he had 143.28 grams of marijuana in his Minnesota apartment. So it's like, why? Like, I understand you're a superstar, you can get anything you want, but why? Why would you want to do something like that where you basically, like, it makes the team look as bad, it definitely makes you look bad, and it puts you out the job too. So it's like, you don't want to be out the job. You want to continue to build, especially if you're a young player and you just starting to find success. Like, you're 23 years old. There's no need for you to be getting caught with that much drugs on you. If you smoke, you smoke. You smoke it in your own free time, but don't let the world know. That's how I look at that. It's like, don't let the world know. So now you're out the door pretty much. And yeah, you're pretty much gone out the door with the rest of everybody else. On top of that, positive note, wide receiver Philip Dorsett, he will be also a free agent, and he just hoping that he can find somewhere where he want to go somewhere where he's a starter. Like, he wants to start. That's where he wants to be. He want to be a starter. Like, he's played a good game. He's been very good for the Patriots. So he just want to go somewhere with being a starter. And with that being said, though, catch me next week, same day, next Wednesday at 6 p.m. for another edition of Dragon Sports Live. This is your boy, Dante Payne, and I'm signing off. I'll catch you next week. And
have you ever struggled in the middle of your workout or practice? Have you ever struggled in the midst of a sporting event? Have you ever struggled just by doing normal things throughout your day? They say refuel with plain water to get throughout the day. What? Newsflash, water just does not cut it. You need electrolytes and vitamins B and C, as well as other natural energies to get through the day. So instead of drinking plain water, grab yourself electrolyting, taste-defying, thirst refresher vitamin water to get you through any hump or bump in the road. So go grab that thirst refresher vitamin water today. Let that power your day, your workout, as well as your game. Let it start your body up like a race car engine. Go ahead and go get a vitamin water today. And let's drop that plain old water to the side.